Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Beloved, das musst du dir unbedingt anhören. Warte. Das musst du dir anhören.
Truths that others ignore. Why do I see what others are still blind to? The answer is simple. You were chosen for this. Not by man, not by bloodline, not by worldly systems, but by something higher. You were called. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. This calling was never meant to come through lectures or ceremonies. It was always meant to awaken in the quiet moments, in your pain, your stillness, your seeking. And now that you're here, hearing this message, understand this isn't an accident. Your awakening is no mistake. You were never meant to stay asleep. You were never meant to stay silent. You were meant to rise. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. They tried to distract you. They tried to convince you that truth only belonged to the powerful. But what they didn't know is that God plants wisdom where it cannot be stolen, inside the hearts of those the world overlooks. The time has come, chosen one. You are remembering what they tried so hard to make you forget. And as you step into your divine purpose, I want to invite you to declare your readiness. If this resonates with your spirit, if you know that this message was meant for you, type 777 in the comments as a sign that you're ready to walk in the truth, ready to embody your purpose, ready to rise into everything God has set aside for you. And to those who
Quelle, ne? Hier.
of the divine unfolding, you are helping to spread truth, healing, and light to souls who are hungry for it.
Yep.
Thank you for being part of this work. The unfolding of your words gives light. It gives understanding to the simple. Psalm 119:130. Stay with me now, because what you're about to hear may confirm what you've felt your whole life. This is your moment. This is your time. Let's begin. Chosen ones, this isn't new. What you're experiencing now, this clarity, this awakening, this undeniable sense of knowing, has been happening for generations. Long before our time, there were those who carried divine insight, people who could see beyond the illusion, who heard the truth, even when the world was screaming lies. And just like now, those people were feared. Not because they had armies or wealth or titles, but because they couldn't be controlled. Throughout history, the powerful have done everything in their reach to silence those who shine light where they prefer shadows. They erased names from records, burned scrolls, rewrote history, and labeled the truth dangerous. Why? Because the truth threatens what they've built. An empire of control, masked as order, maintained by ignorance. They've tried to erase the pattern of truth again and again, but the truth, like a seed, always finds its way through the cracks. And every generation, there are a few, just a few, who bloom in defiance of the darkness. You are one of them. You were never meant to be part of their inner circles. You weren't trained in their institutions. You never swore loyalty to their gates. And still, the knowledge flows to you like a stream in the desert. You might ask, why me? But the real question is, why does the truth keep choosing people like you, people they didn't prepare for? The answer is
Ist das krass, yo? Ey, hör mal bitte zu.
simple. The truth is not a possession. It's not theirs to hoard. It's not kept behind walls and titles. It's living. And when the time is right, it finds the ones who are ready to carry it. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. The truth doesn't come to you because you searched for it the way they expect. It comes in flashes, dreams, gut feelings, sudden clarity. It comes in moments of silence, when your spirit is open. It bypasses their systems entirely. That's why they fear you. Because if someone outside their structure can carry truth, real truth, then everything they've built is based on a lie. Their control was never about protecting people. It was about restricting access to knowledge, to purpose, to divine identity. They created layers of distraction to keep souls asleep. But what happens when someone like you wakes up? When you remember who you are without ever being told? Look at the story of Esther. She was not born into power, but she was placed in a position of influence for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. She didn't fight with weapons, she walked in truth and courage. And because she did, an entire nation was saved. That's what alignment with divine timing looks like. That's what one soul, awake and brave, can do. And what about the Roman centurion in Matthew 8? He wasn't a disciple, he wasn't Jewish, he wasn't expected to carry any kind of divine faith. But Jesus said of him, "Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." He was an outsider by every religious standard, yet he recognized the power of truth the moment he encountered it. These stories remind us that truth is not restricted by bloodlines, status, or training. It's recognized by the Spirit. That's why they're unraveling, because you're not supposed to be here, knowing what you know. You weren't part of their plans, yet here you are, peeling back their illusions, saying what they hoped would never be spoken, and standing firm where others fall in fear. You speak with clarity they can't understand, and it shakes them. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. They built entire systems to keep people like you out. Secret orders, encrypted archives, classified knowledge. But it didn't work, because the truth doesn't belong to them. It never did. And the more they try to contain it, the more it seeks out the ones who are ready to receive it. You. You're not just remembering the truth. You're living proof that it cannot be erased. And perhaps that's the part they fear most. Not just what you know, but that they can't stop you from knowing. They thought they could stop the truth. They thought if they silenced the voices, rewrote the history books, and burned the evidence, the light would finally go out. But truth doesn't die in the dark. It waits, and when the time is right, it rises again, stronger, clearer, and more undeniable than ever before. You see, chosen ones, they've done everything in their power to keep the knowledge locked away. They buried it under layers of encryption, wrapped it in codes, and tied it to bloodlines and institutions only the elite could enter. But what they never imagined was that God would choose you, someone they didn't prepare for, someone outside their gates, someone they overlooked completely. He catches the wise in their craftiness, and the plans of the cunning are quickly thwarted. Job 5:13. They crafted systems of control, believing they could block the flow of revelation. But what do you do when the truth no longer moves through systems at all? What do you do when it begins to rise from within the hearts of those who were never invited into the room? That's what terrifies them. That's what shakes their foundation. Not just that you know, but that they have no idea how you know. You don't follow their maps, but somehow you arrive at the destination. You don't speak their language, yet you understand every word they try to hide. You don't need access codes, because the knowledge comes to you like a whisper on the wind, untraceable, unteachable, and utterly unstoppable. Think of Samuel, the boy who heard the voice of God while still lying in the temple, long before he was trained, long before anyone thought he could be called. Eli, the priest, didn't expect it, but God chose Samuel to hear what others couldn't. The Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other times, "Samuel," Samuel. Then Samuel said, Speak,
Okay,
for your servant
ja,
is listening.
okay, da wird es mir jetzt auch alles wieder so dann ein bisschen zu bibelhaft. Was ich nur aber damit sagen will, ich gucke mir verschiedene Sachen an, weil ich ja gerade hier sehe, auch so, bist du Christ geworden und so, nein. Ich gucke mir verschiedene Sachen an. Ich bin der Meinung, Gott spricht in allen. Der spricht durch alle Rohre, die sozusagen so, erhältlich sind, also zugänglich sind für uns Menschen. Und er spricht auch in allen Sprachen, auch in allen Religionen. Ich sage ja, in allen von diesen Menschen gemachten Religionen ist es meistens so, dass die Leute von damals halt Sachen dazu gedichtet haben. Drumherum, um das wahre Wort von dem, was eigentlich rüberkommen soll. Und da muss man halt schlau genug sein, da durchzusehen. Aber wo ist es Manipulation und ist es Indoktrinierung, so weißt du? Und ab wo hört es dann wirklich auf, göttlich zu werden? Deswegen habe ich jetzt auch hier gerade Schluss gemacht, weil wenn es mir so zu in diese Richtung geht, dann. Aber ey, ich habe das gerade gesehen beim nächsten und dachte mir, jetzt muss ich unbedingt mit der Ende raus. Das muss ich denen unbedingt zeigen. Aber ja, ich will euch sonst gar nicht weiter aufhalten, ne? Nur kurz mal hier zwischendurch. Hier, wie gesagt, Quelle. Ja, ne? Nur, dass ihr Bescheid wisst. Da kann man auch andere Videos sich angucken und so. Richtig krasse Sachen. Ja gut, alles klar. Dann bin ich wieder draußen. Ich mache dann mal hier weiter. Und ich wünsche euch noch einen schönen Abend. Ne? Peace, Love and Light. Hab euch lieb.